Evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhary. I want to begin this broadcast with India recording its highest spike in COVID-19 numbers in the last 24 hours. We have recorded over 4,000 cases in just the last 24 hours. This is where we stand right now. Total cases. India stands right now with 67,152 COVID-19 positive cases, recording 2,206 deaths. As I said earlier, India has shown its biggest spike in the last 24 hours as well. Let's cut across right now to states. Maharashtra continues to be the state that has recorded the highest numbers at 22,171, recording 832 deaths. Mind you, Maharashtra right now has recorded 33% of India's total import of COVID-19 numbers. Second is the state of Gujarat, which has recorded 8,194 COVID positive numbers and 493 deaths. This is the status for the state of Gujarat. I want to take you now. The state of Tamil Nadu has overtaken the state of Delhi, the national capital. Tamil Nadu now is third with total positive cases at 7,204 and 7 deaths. This is the data as we stand right now with India's fight against COVID-19. That's the irony of it all, viewers, isn't it? That India has recorded the highest cases of the last 24 hours at over 4,000, and today is a day where India was contemplating, with the Prime Minister meeting the Chief Minister of various states, contemplating a graded exit plan from COVID-19. Do we now have to live with coronavirus? That's the big question, and breaking news coming in on that. Minister's meeting has ended, and post-May 19, states to be given a larger autonomy. That is what has been the moot point of the meeting which took place. There would be larger autonomy for the states' deconfinement strategy post-May 17th. Onus now shifting from centre to states. 6 states have now sought lockdown extension. Punjab, Maharashtra, Bengal, Telangana, Assam have all demanded a lockdown extension. On the other hand, like I said, the big point emerging from this meet of Prime Minister with the Chief Ministers is that now there seems to be, post-May 17th, a larger autonomy given to states. The onus now possibly will shift from centre to states. A lot of states have actually been asking for this. I want to connect right now to our National Affairs Rahul Srivastava, who will quickly encapsulate on what happened, what went down in this marathon meeting, Rahul, which began at about 3 p.m., ended just about 45 minutes ago. If you have to take out one big point, A, we have to live with corona, graded lockdown lifting, and ultimately the onus now shifts to states, larger autonomy to states.
Preeti, I will use a very old saying in Uttar Pradesh that Desh mein PM, Pradesh mein CM. I think what the picture is going to emerge from this is, though the Prime Minister asked for suggestions from all Chief Ministers by May 15th before the lockdown ends, the picture which is likely from here on is that if lockdown 1 was dictated by the Prime Minister, Desh ka PM, lockdown 4.0, whatever its duration, district and degree is going to be dictated by the CMs. The Chief Ministers disagreed on almost everything. They had their own compulsions, and that is why they had varying views on what future should be. But in disagreeing, they have created a sense of consensus over the fact that states should be given the eventual charge of what should be the road ahead. Say, for example, Punjab Chief Minister, as you cited, many Chief Ministers want lockdown to continue. They want a graded exit. They also want that what is a red, green or orange zone, the state should be deciding that. This actually gives the centre the elbow room, Preeti, to create a more federal matrix to battle COVID-19 spread, where the states will be in charge of their own actions, what operates and what doesn't, what remains locked down, what doesn't gets unlocked, will be decided by the states. Also, there was a lot of politics happening with states complaining that the lockdown dictated by the centre was hurting the states. This was right and this wasn't right. Mamata Banerjee feels that a lot of missives were coming from the centre. That was taking away the federal character. I think it allows the centre to create a matrix where the states will have to become responsible for whatever decisions easing and distress situations are created. In that, what will happen If businesses could not happen after the last limitations were lifted, now the states will have to ensure that they also do their own bit to ensure that life starts coming back to normal.
Well, appreciate you joining us, Rahul. So the big takeaway is the onus will now shift to the states. A lot of states have been demanding that, especially the state of Kerala. I want to just quickly cut across to the finance minister of the state of Kerala. Now, Kerala is one of the only state in India which, if one can say, has possibly flattened the curve. I have the finance minister, Thomas Isaac, on the phone line. Mr. Isaac, in the meeting today, the Kerala chief minister did ask for larger autonomy to states. Would you give us what exactly was asked by the chief minister of Kerala?
And the Kerala chief minister also demanded that there be greater flexibility for the states. And now that we have the national lockdown, now the epidemic situation, the states are also very different. Now we must be more flexible. The states must be allowed, within the broad national framework, to have their own exit strategy. And that's very, very important. Second point that we raised was there must be greater coordination between the center and state. And now I'll give you a very concrete example. We are very serious about quarantining everybody who's coming from outside. In fact, if you take the record, within the average time taken for identifying a person with symptoms is something like 6.5 days in India, after the available statistics. On Kerala, duration is 2.5 days. Now, this is because of meticulous screening and also quarantining, keeping people under observation. We are expecting something like 5 lakh persons to land up in Kerala from other states and as well as abroad. Now, whenever somebody is coming from other states, we are demanding they take one. For a simple reason, we want to check first the house. Does it have sufficient space for quarantining within the house? If there is somebody who is chronically ill in that house, or above the age of 70 in that house, in which case we provide institutional quarantine. Now, unless we know who are these people who are coming into Kerala, we cannot have it checked and make that arrangement. So we have prepared a registration list and our priority list and so. Now railway is opening, very good. But railway is booking tickets independently of what we have decided. And we don't know who are all going to land up from where. Are you serious about monitoring the potential people who might have the disease? We are serious about it, can't handle in this manner. We in Kerala, we are serious about. And that's what we have been able to flatten the curve. Now you're upsetting all the entire plans, lack of coordination. So basically, of course, there have been demand for greater finance support, etc. But basically, the Chief Minister demanded one, a greater flexibility for the state, two, greater coordination between the states through intermediation of centers. There has been absolutely no discussion with the states either on fixing the trains or how people are going to be booked for the train, even for the flight. And this is very unfortunate. So, but because suppose you are taking attitude, okay, let everybody come, then the herd is put into some place or allowed to go their home, and you assume they take care of themselves. But that's not the way you do things in Kerala. It's very unfortunate. I don't know if there is a spike that is going to happen in the coming weeks.
Right.
I would say precisely this lack of coordination is would be the most important factor.
All right. All right, appreciate you joining us, Mr. Isaac. You put forward your apprehensions on what possibly, the centre is planning. But let's hope Kerala continues to do with what it is, which is flattening the curve. Thank you for joining us. I want to just shift focus. So this is what Kerala said today in the meeting and the plan ahead. What were the other suggestions which were given by other states? I want to quickly take our viewers through that. The Chief Minister of Bihar, Nitish Kumar, said two things today. One, extend the lockdown. Two, he's against opening up the railway line. Interstate travel will spread the virus as per Nitish Kumar. I want to move on right now from Nitish Kumar. Let's move to the state which has recorded the highest number of cases. 30% of cases of coronavirus come from the state of Maharashtra, and Uddhav Thackeray as Chief Minister wants the lockdown extended. He wants local trains for essential services in Mumbai. He wants to start industries where the green zones are. In the state of Maharashtra, Maharashtra does have some green zones as well. GST share of states was something which was raised by Uddhav Thackeray. Most non-BJP states raised the issue of GST share of states. Let's move on right to South, Tamil Nadu. Interestingly, Tamil Nadu was one of the states which has said that do not start trains. Don't resume passenger trains till May 31st is what the suggestion was given by Edappi Palaniswamy, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Moreover, provide PPE kits. That's what the state of Tamil Nadu wants. They want extra PPE kits from the government. Rupees 2,000 crore for health equipment has been sought as relief package. Moreover, another relief package for electricity sector has been sought by the state of Tamil Nadu. Mind you, Tamil Nadu is now the third state after Gujarat with the highest number of cases, followed by Delhi. So let's take you with what Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, suggested in the meeting today. He said start economic activities in Delhi except in containment zones. He wants those to be started. The state should get GST dues. Once again, the state or city-state of Delhi raising GST dues. Most controversial, and we'll talk a bit more later on in my show, Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal. Well, she said that the centre should stop politics on coronavirus, letters being leaked before reaching state, extend lockdown, that the state government's doing a good job, that each state government is doing a good job. Let's move on to Telangana, the state of Telangana. Well, KCR has said stop trains immediately between states. Telangana does not want trains to be started. Also says not possible to scan every passenger. So this could actually lead to the spread of virus, and a vaccine soon is what the Telangana Chief Minister has actually asked of from the government. Let's move all over to north now, to the state of Rajasthan. Chief Minister Gehlot, Ashok Gehlot. Well, he also raised the issue of GST, but started with suggesting continuing strict restrictions in red zones. Wanted to be lifted, a partial graded lift of lockdown in the state of Rajasthan, but restrictions to remain in red zones, no travel from red zones to green zones. He wants red zones to be completely sealed, allow economic activities in green zones. He also raised the issue of GST, but let's move now to Chhattisgarh. Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, he says states need to be consulted before starting trains. He also has not been very happy with trains being started. He also said states to be allowed to declare red, orange, green zones on their own, and that should be decided by the states. Mind you, if you remember, this was a matter of contention before lockdown 3.0, and it seems this time it would be given, the onus would be given to the states to decide on zones. Assam, Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal, extend lockdown for 2 weeks. Assam wants the lockdown to be extended to 2 weeks. Also says stop trains, stop interstate movement. So a lot of states right now are against, if you take out one thing out, which is they don't want trains to be started. Most of them want larger autonomy, and that's what it's hinging towards. The moot point of that meeting was with the Prime Minister and the states that there would be larger autonomy. However, we spoke about the state of West Bengal. Let's tell you a little bit more about the state of West Bengal and the Chief Minister who attended the meet with the Prime Minister today. Now, during the crucial meet, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee accused the centre of playing politics of discrimination against the state. The occasion was the Prime Minister's meet with state chief ministers. The venue, video conferencing in times of corona. The agenda, India's graded exit plan after 48 days of lockdown. Each state, each chief minister gave its inputs. And then was the turn of Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal. And then the corona battle quickly turned political, with Mamata Banerjee accusing the centre of politicization. It was centre versus the state of West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee accused the centre of interfering with the federal structure, of discriminating against the state of West Bengal, insinuating that the centre was leaking missives issued by it to the state even before they reached the state of West Bengal. The Prime Minister did not respond or address to these charges, and then it was the turn of the next CM to give suggestions. With the electoral battle in the offing, the battle against COVID-19 has been highly political in the state of West Bengal, with both BJP and TMC trading charges. And the West Bengal CM knows very well that it's trial by fire for all her state administration, and an acid test for her. The narrative of the coming state elections could very well be laid through this pandemic. Bureau Report, India Today. All right, cutting across to Rajya Sabha MP TMC, Derek O Brien. He's joining us live right now. Mr. O'Brien, the Chief Minister of West Bengal took the meeting today with the Prime Minister to address issues which clearly have been simmering for long. One of them, she accused the centre of disrupting the federal system, and another accusation of missives being leaked even before they reached the West Bengal government.
Right. I'm certainly going to answer the question first you asked on federalism, but let me add, the first time the lockdown was announced, no chief minister was consulted. So at least this time the chief ministers were consulted, because the 21-day lockdown was announced with 4 hours notice. Now on federalism, yes, this is not the time for an ideological battle. This is the time to overcome the corona challenge. So ideological battles can wait. What's the point of having a meeting sometimes when the centre has already taken the decision? Central ministers should be focused on solving COVID, not on playing politics, because the states, it's not about finger pointing at the states. It doesn't matter which state. You know, it's not somebody's fault because Maharashtra has high numbers. No, the states are doing their best. In the federal structure, they're doing their best. Federalism and humanity, that's what is needed. Ideological battle, no. And on the meeting to the press, yes, the Home Minister, I don't know what the Chief Minister told the Prime Minister today, but I do know factually that the Home Minister of this country leaked letters even before it reached Bengal. But I think the bigger point today, also in all this, of course, Mamata Banerjee was straight talking, and she, in a positive way, also communicated about migrant workers. Allow me to make this point about migrant workers. The migrant worker, it wasn't planned, because if you look at the National Disaster Management Act, you need to look at Section 4, which talks about the marginalized. The centre abandoned the marginalized workers. What did the West Bengal government do? We paid 5 crores to bring back students from Kota. We put 1,000 rupees into 4 lakh workers' bank accounts, and we haven't made and we didn't suspend labor laws. You're suspending labor laws in Uttar Pradesh. You're doing nasty things to the labor in Karnataka, then keeping the labor there as bonded laborers, and then you're sending your teams but to Bengal. So no, not the time for politics. Listen, no state is perfect. No state is perfect. We are also not perfect. Everyone is doing their best. Yes, we are doing it better than most other states, and that's why if you look at the numbers, we are doing very well. We are doing very well. We are 12 or whatever, but this is not a contest.
Okay.
The centre must appreciate that the local decisions are best taken at the level of the state level. Listen, you didn't listen to us when we told you to close the airports. You didn't listen to us when we told you to close parliament. You didn't listen to us when we told you to take migrant workers. Mamata Banerjee wrote a letter to 18 chief ministers. You didn't listen to us in March. But March is March. But at least now change the way you do things.
Okay, Mr. O'Brien, I'll ask you one quick question before I let you go, sir. So where from here on, where does West Bengal stand? Because, if I'm not wrong, exactly a month ago, West Bengal did not want a complete lockdown. They wanted what, you said was a humanitarian lockdown. Today, it seemed that Mamata Banerjee wants a lockdown. She doesn't want the trains, because that's what at least is coming out from the meeting with what she suggested today.
No, absolutely not. Firstly, you asked me what's the way ahead. There are 3 ways ahead. Since you asked me about the lockdown, there are 3 kinds of lockdown. A drill lockdown, which is a 1-day lockdown. A complete lockdown is what the Prime Minister announced at 4 hours notice. We immediately said no to that. We wanted a 3rd kind of lockdown, which is a a calibrated, a humane lockdown. So that's why the Mithai ka Dukan was always open in Bengal, not for some style, but because we wanted tens of thousands of dairy farm owners not to waste their milk. That's what we meant. You cannot ever have a lockdown and throw away the key. You cannot. We've said that on 24th of March. We're saying this now.
So does West Bengal support the trains functioning, Mr. O'Brien?
Yeah. You're sending the trains. There have to be systems in place. Otherwise, we don't want the Corona Express. Please understand, it's taken us a lot of hard work to get it right in Bengal. If you're looking at long term, look at 6% of GDP for healthcare. That is long term. Look at health infrastructure. That is long term. These are the long term things. And look at GDP, the constitutional requirement. You have to pay the state's GDP. Why haven't you announced the GDP? All long term, medium term can wait. In the short term, please put your money where your mouth is center and pay us our 60,000 crores, at least 36,000 crores. Pay the GST amounts to all the states, please.
All right. Okay. Appreciate you joining us, Mr. O'Brien. Thank you. I want to cut across right now to the BJP spokesperson, the national BJP spokesperson. I'm joined by Mr. Narendra Taneja right now. Mr. Taneja, appreciate you joining us. What do you make, Mr. Taneja? Today, the Chief Minister of West Bengal laid it very clear when she said that the centre was playing politics. The centre was coming in between the federal structure of this country, went on to even suggest that the Home Minister of this country was actually leaking missives before they even reached West Bengal. Now, this is a state which is going into election, pretty much insinuating battleground West Bengal and a battle pitched on COVID-19.
You see, the Prime Minister had called the meeting of all the Chief Ministers. They were all there. Prime Minister holding conversation with the Chief Ministers on what? National war against coronavirus. Such a serious issue. The country is under attack. And the meeting was there to further, sort out this strategy. That's what was all about. And what the Chief Minister of West Bengal did, she just came with this politics. Inserted the platform. The platform was to discuss something so extremely serious. So extremely serious for the people of West Bengal also, because they are also suffering. They can also see the danger on the horizon. But Mamata ji is only interested in her politics. She got so nervous. She has got so completely shaken because she's losing ground in West Bengal, that she didn't spare even a platform like the Prime Minister of India holding discussion on such an important issue with the chief ministers. She insulted that. Is that the way a chief minister of a state like West Bengal, very proud state, very civilized state known for literature, art, and all that, the chief minister of that state doing this at this platform? Is that the way to do it? Now, the point is, we are concerned at the same time, look at, for instance, for migrant laborers. The Railway Ministry is calling Kolkata every hour. How many trains you need? How can we help? Everything there. No response. Completely silence, because they are only interested in politics. Mamata ji is only interested in politics to survive politically. She gives a damn to the welfare of the people of West Bengal. The spokesperson who came, he said exactly the same thing in the Rajdeep show also. Even the full stop and comma was the same. Politics. They are not bothered about the people of West Bengal. At the center, we are also responsible for the people of West Bengal. Okay. West Bengal is part of India. So instead of doing politics everywhere, even at a platform where she was today, she should care about the people of West Bengal. Have discussion with the center. How can we really, face this situation? What more we can do for the welfare of the people? And how can we make sure that we protect the people of West Bengal from this deadly virus? But she's not interested. She is absolutely not interested. I mean, even when all chief ministers waiting, chief minister of all the states, but she was just going after the prime minister, after BJP, after the government and all that.
Narendra Taneja, I want to end with just one quick question. All should be well now, because it does seem that there's going to be larger autonomy where coronavirus is concerned to states right now. The onus will shift to states, will it not?
No, that's not the point. The center will still remain important. And do you think that she will change? She will never change. She will keep on attacking BJP and the center, because that's important for her. She is, by the way, Preeti, she is not interested in the welfare. People of Bengal who are listening to me, look, your chief minister doesn't care about you. She is not interested in you, your welfare, or to protect you from coronavirus. She only wants to protect herself. She only wants, the next
But the
term,
only thing,
and she's only
okay,
interested
Mr.
in
Taneja, I
politics.
want to...
So please be careful.
Right.
Your chief minister is not protecting you. She is not talking with the prime minister to protect you. She is only
Well,
interested
right
in
now, the only thing right now that West Bengal has is low numbers. And that is what they are actually taking out there and saying that we don't have the numbers, we're doing fairly well.
That's the center.
Right. Okay. That could cut both ways, Mr. Taneja, but appreciate you joining us. Thank you. I wanted to keep it separate. I didn't want to get into a slinging, shouting match. 2 questions each to both of you. Thank you for joining us. I just want to move on right now. So the world is slowly opening up. Even though in India numbers are rising, we will be living with coronavirus. This is what is one message that has come from the meeting with the Prime Minister and the various chief ministers of states. Well, other than that, the world has already opened up, especially the country of France. Colpuli Ronche filed this report. While India is mulling its lockdown exit plan and its next course of action, other countries have started easing curbs. India Today's Colpuli sent us this report from Paris that has started a graded lockdown plan.
Today is day 1 of deconfinement here in France, which means that you can actually step out without a permission slip. But as you can see, not a lot has changed because the streets are still kind of empty. But the noise level has certainly gone up with the resumption of traffic and construction. It seems that people have really understood that deconfinement doesn't mean that COVID-19 has been conquered. All it means is that if you get sick, you will have space in the hospital. Especially in red zones like Paris, we have been advised to maintain strict social distance, work from home where we can, and send our kids to school only at our own discretion. The government schools, of course, have reopened, but they are not at full capacity and they will prioritize kids of essential workers. The restaurants, parks haven't reopened. It's not so easy to come out of deconfinement after 60-odd days of confinement. People in France are very tactile. They will not be kissing people in greeting as is usual. And I wonder what will happen to the sense of community when you are anxious about your own personal safety. What has really been helpful is the government has always been extremely clear and authoritative with its policies, which has helped all us French people or us people who live in France be very disciplined and prudent at the same time. But I know what I'm going to be doing on this first day of deconfinement is enjoy this blue sky and go for a nice long walk without permission.
All right, that's France. I want to just cut across to Germany. This is going to be the new normal. Take a look at this rave party, a drive-in rave party. Germany is also opening up. Hi everyone, Preeti Choudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.